Hello, my Leo pals. Welcome to, this is Into the Infinite. I'm Charlie, and I'm so glad that you're here. This is your monthly creative energy forecast for April 2022, and I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. So there's a couple things happening this month that may be of concern to you. Not great concern, just something that you might be interested in knowing to figure out how to surf the energy. So we have the Aries new moon on the 1st of April, which is very exciting. It's going to be a great time to channel, to sit in that fire, right? This is a comfortable season for you because, both being a fire element. And what I understand of this for you is that there's going to be ways that you shine. There are ways that you shine a light for others and that you help others to be more comfortable with being confident and standing in their power. And this may be a time where it's good to be a little bit cautious of ways that you may shine in ways that that kind of take the light away from others, I'm hearing. And this isn't a huge concern. This isn't, 111 just came on the time. I have a lot of Leo friends, actually. There's 3 or 4 of them that are in my close circle. And I love all of you guys. It's not bad at all. There are some times where just gentle reminders and caution to be mindful is really what I'm talking about. Mindful of how we show up in spaces. Because I know that there are times where, I'm an air sign and air and fire mostly, but there are times where I can show up in spaces and channel the Aries in my chart. And I can, be very bam and bold. And it's not that you have to, bring that back or dial it back. But sometimes the shadow of that is showing up in ways where you do things like oversharing or getting excited in ways that, doesn't really, that makes it difficult for other people to get some place on that stage too. So it's really just being mindful about your energy so that it's balanced and contained in terms of grounded is what I'm trying to say. Not contained as in confined, but it's grounded so that it's not spilling over in this way that is more the shadow side of your energy. And that balance will come into play, I think, around the 16th with the Libra full moon. You'll probably find that a useful way to use this energy will be to set intentions about and to set intentions and really release them. So put them out, put all of the feeling behind them, and send them out into the world about relationships and what you want to manifest in your relationships regarding patterns or things that you've had to okay, Spirit, come on. What I'm getting this pageant, and I'm getting a pageant, and it's almost like in Mean Girls, how they were sort of competing for space on the stage at the Christmas pageant. I don't know what the heck is that? What is that about? But I think it's about integrating that fiery passion with your need for other people, because we do need other people, right? They need us too. They need you. So I think that for some reason this month, what's coming to the fore is really letting your light shine and doing it in a way that allows others to shine too, right? So that's going to be important this month. I think it's also about understanding the ways that you do that at work and on creative projects, and just the ways that you approach what you would like to put into the world, because part of creative energy is about manifesting, and this could be an important month for you to manifest, right? To manifest something going into your season is what I'm hearing. So it could be important for you. This is like a seed that you're planting during this full moon in Libra on the 16th, and the rest of the energies of each sign leading up to yours is going to be very important. Ways for you to navigate that manifestation and really ride the waves of the creative energy. So that's for somebody. This is all energy that's being channeled. I don't have my face in these videos because I want you to see the spread. But I'm basically just staring into the middle distance at the wall and at little things that I have here and the candles. So this is just energy that's coming to me. Based on what I understand of the zodiac and the moons and how they're working for you. But I think that these things will help to really ground. I think that moving into Taurus, what's going to be important for you is to take all of that fire, and I'm hearing grounding again. That's 3 times now. It's going to be really important for you to ground that passionate fire into something that you can really be in your Venus about, I'm hearing. In your Venus in terms of we can be passionate about something, but when we get sensual about something, and it doesn't necessarily mean sex, it doesn't necessarily mean eroticism, it doesn't mean anything like that. It just means that there's something that you can savor about it, right? That sensuality, that savoring, that sense of enjoyment that you get from something. So I think that that is going to be an important way for you to ground your passion, because passion can be unstable. That's the shadow side of it, right? Passion can be unstable and it can be very mercurial. So when you move into this sensuality, it takes all of that beautiful, beautiful fire and it channels it into something really grounded. So in terms of projects and creative work that you're doing, that could be an important energy for you to be mindful of this month. Actually, I think it will. And that may be where I'm seeing this, like this sense of competitiveness. I'm hearing Five of Wands, this Five of Wands energy coming up because of that. I'm seeing the 555 on the time right now. And that's also, I woke up this morning on the nose, 555. So I think it's going to be really important for you to understand the difference between competition, like real competition, and what that means in terms of your response energetically. So balancing your emotions around competitiveness with the Aries energy and feeling like you need to control the way people see you and the way that community views you too. And community just meaning your community, whichever one you're part of, right? We all have one or multiples, really. That could be your spiritual community. That could be your family. That could be your friends. These are all communities that we're part of. So I'm hearing sixth house though. So I don't know if you have sixth house placements. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Ironic, because that's Mercury's house. But I do see that there's going to be a need for you to integrate that. Now we're going to get into the reading, but I do want to say, just be mindful of that. And don't let competitiveness may be where you thrive, right? You know, sometimes I thrive on deadlines and I will find the 80-20 rule useful. And it may be that when you're feeling competitive, when you're in that competitive energy is where it really activates the 80-20 rule. But that can just be a negative pattern that you need to let go of. It could be releasing a competitive pattern that compels you to create and activates this sense of creative energy in you. Because you'll find that will burn you out very quickly. My dear Leo, it is a fiery energy, but it's not one that is like a fire that you can tend to and maintain, right? It burns very quickly and hot. So just keep that in mind as you go through. So before we start your reading, I would just like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. All right, here we go. Here we go, Leo. You know, Leo is amazing because Leo, just a lot of the Leo friends that I have really taught me how to shine. So I love you guys so much. Okay, so there's quite a few that came out here. Do you want me to? Okay. So we're getting some interesting. Your card came out. Great. The Sun came out, the Ace of Inspirations, and the Four of Cups. So I feel like there may be something that you're creating, you know, that you're a bit bored of, and channeling that Wands energy into in that competition sense, right? You could be bored if you don't feel competitive, right? And that's, you shine most when you are inspired. I'm gonna keep pulling though, and this is so just so that you know, this is the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. I really like this deck because it focuses on that creative side of things, and that's really a great energy to channel. Okay, Ace of Swords, Two of Cups. Leo, the Two of Cups is coming out in the fears related to this month. Are you afraid of a little love? And you came out as well, right on the strength. Of course you did. So good. There are a few major arcana cards here. You know what? And this one wanted to come out too. So we got the Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups. Lots of cups energy. So, lot. And clarifying all of these is just the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. So Spirit, can you please clarify these cards for my beautiful Leo? You want me? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start to talk about what I'm seeing here just so that you get a general read on this. And this is a general reading, so bits and pieces may apply, but then other parts might not. So take what you will and leave the rest. Don't make up shit in your head that doesn't exist. And that doesn't exist here either, right? So, yeah, not to tell you what to do. I know that trying to tell Leo what to do is a fool's errand. But so I'm seeing, like, I'm a fixed sign, I get it, trust me, solidarity. But this here is your highest vision for the month. So I think that you do have things that you're really inspired about. You're feeling the light. You're feeling refreshed, but there's this enduring sense of boredom about things that you are working on, or, things that you once felt passionate about. So I think that this may be a theme where you're sort of reconnecting with your passions this month. Reconnecting what fires you up is what I'm hearing. And the Ace of Swords is how you're using your skiffs and your bills. Your gifts, skills, and abilities. Let's try that again. This is how you're using those in service to your highest vision. So I think that there's a clarity. There's a clarity that you're getting about these things. And I know, yes, I know the Five of Swords was just on the bottom, but I don't read it as connected to this. So we'll just defuse that. 11:21. Okay. I thought I saw 11:11, but it was just, I don't even know. Anyways, it wouldn't shock me if the Four of Wands came out. That's the energy that I just felt, and I thought I saw it on the time. So it could be that there's something that you're feeling bored about that was once fulfilling you. This Ace of Swords could be clarity. You're channeling your creative skills and things that you're interested in making, your manifesting abilities into something that is a little bit, that makes you feel a bit clearer in terms of what you were passionate about. This could also be a lot of clarity that's coming in where you kind of felt bored by something and you weren't really sure. And boredom is sometimes uncertainty in a different disguise, right? When we're bored or uncertain, it's sometimes because we don't have enough energy. Maybe you don't have enough energy. Maybe you need to protect that, right? 12:12 on the time. I think that there is something to be said for around moon cycles too. And in this fire energy, sometimes we can have days where we're just so passionate and the energy is moving very fast. And then there are other days where we need to rest. And also, if you are in that state of boredom, sometimes that can reflect a need for shadow work. And, when we do shadow work and things like alchemy in terms of emotions, we can be almost conducting a kind of spiritual surgery, right? In terms of not just cutting cords, but really tending to our auras and meditating and going within. We don't always see it that way, but I think that I've been experiencing that this week where, doing different integrative processes and meditations internally is really helping me to strengthen my own energy and to, just stand in my power more, to stand in my Leo, because you guys teach so many great things. But I think that what I'm learning is the need for rest, right? This need for giving yourself a minute to breathe. And you may be getting very clear about your need to do this and just to protect your energy in more productive ways. And there's wisdom here. Again, that's Virgo energy. So 6th house, again, I'm hearing that. Wisdom here in terms of the owl, and then wisdom I'm hearing in the hermit as a teacher. So this is something that you may be learning that you're going to be able to teach other people. But there's just something, it's not that your confidence is lacking, but I think that it's almost like you're getting clear on why you've been feeling a bit bored and just like lackluster, like your shine is missing. Your shine has been missing. And the fear that you have related to developing these things and around this clarity is the Two of Cups. So it could be that you're kind of a bit nervous or worried. If you're developing feelings for someone, there can be a bit of nerves around it, especially if it's somebody that you know. If it's someone that you know, if it's someone in your community, it could be that you are feeling nervous about expressing your emotions. I'm hearing mirroring energy just because of the way the cards are showing up. But this is a different kind of passion, right? This is a passion that you may have been disconnected from. The Four of Cups is an emotional energy. Whoops. It's almost like emotional boredom. So I think something's coming in based on the aces here, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, that is going to reconnect you with that sense of passion, but that emotional passion and that emotional intimacy within you. And then what I'm seeing here is that, okay, Spirit's telling me to cut the deck and cut the talking and to clarify for you here. Yeah, see, yikes. There's something, I feel like there's been something that's draining your energy, that's making you feel bored, and you think that what it is not what you think it is. I think it's like, I'm getting a person that's been doing this, that you're really needing to cut out, like the Swords energy, like cut it out. And that's where the spiritual surgery thing is coming in too. So I think, you know, don't be afraid to cut cords this month. Yeah. Clarify what you value. 2 queens coming out on the split. That is like, you know what? I'm going to actually take the Queen of Swords because her energy, yeah, Queen of Swords, King of Cups, 3 of Swords, Strength card. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. That was great. We have all we need to know. But I think that there was, you've shown your emotions before and it hurt you. You know, we have the Queen of Swords, the King of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and the Strength card. Your highest vision has not necessarily been your emotions. I think that you've been very clear and you've been kind of moving forward from a place of inspiration and passion. But I think that there's been an emotional side that you haven't necessarily been letting out, and now it's leading to a sense of boredom because you haven't been focusing on it, right? It just hasn't been a priority. The Queen of Swords knows what to prioritize though, right? And the Ace of Swords here being the way that you're, you know, using your gift, skills, and abilities is like, once you're clear on this, and, you know, the Strength card twice, so your card 2 times in your own reading is excellent. That's been happening a lot to the signs this month. I think that heartbreak forced your hand is what I'm hearing. Heartbreak forced your hand, but the same sign that exists above you is the one that exists above the Magician, and that's the manifesting energy. And I'm getting that here. You know, you can manifest in multiple ways. You can manifest using inner alchemy and magnetizing things through your energy and vibration, or you can just struggle and get, and I feel like you've been in this struggle, but there's a clarity with the Ace of Swords that you're gaining, that the struggle may not be worth it to you. It just may not be worth it. And the reason why I say that is because the Queen of Pentacles was here. So it just may not be worth it to you anymore to work in that way, and even work in terms of creative projects, right? Like, do you want to force your hand on things all the time, or like, what is it that more clarity? Like, do you want to force your hand on these things, or do you just want it to come to you? And, you know, I'm not saying not action. Like, Leo is not an energy that is like, let's not take action and just sit and let things come to me. It is an action taking time as well with Aries. So what that was, the Spirit's like, good try. I think that this Aries energy is a good time for moving things forward. And when you get clear, it's almost like you're turning away. I'm hearing turn the other cheek, just turning away from what hasn't been working. But I also feel like you're kind of turning towards like this emotional intimacy that you maybe feel compelled to share and to be in. You may want to turn away from it. You may not want to even look at it. But I think that there's something that is going to be really powerful when you do that. The reason I say that is because you know, you're hiding in your energy. This is the hiding out card, where you're hiding and how you're hiding yourself. So you're hiding in your own energy, which is very clever, very clever. That could be the 5 of Swords that we saw at the beginning. But as we progress through this you know, this spread, how other people are helping you and how your relationships are going with those with similar gifts, skills, and abilities, or around your gifts, skills, and abilities, interpersonal stuff, is Judgment. So this awakening card. So I think that there is something quite powerful about coming to terms with, coming to pass is what I'm hearing as well. Okay, that one. King of Swords on this Ace of Swords. And the freaking Magician. Are you kidding me? 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Exactly like I said. Oh, Spirit is just so funny. And that's not to be like, I'm so right. It's just, I love it when Spirit's like, hey, hey. So yeah, I think that you're getting a lot of clarity on the ways that you've been manifesting and the ways that they've perhaps conflicted with one another, right? So let me show you here. This is what I'm talking about. The Magician alchemizes, right? Very similar looking cards, a lot of similar elements in them. And the Magician alchemizes and brings together the different suits of the minor arcana. Whereas the Strength card is sort of wrestling yourself. It's like fighting yourself to make shit happen instead of just letting it come to you. And that's how I read these two cards together in spreads. So I think that you're coming to a place where you're understanding that. And then the Two of Cups here, Two of Cups and Two of Cups. So again, I think there's a lot of things related to emotional intimacy with yourself and with other people that you're getting clear on. And it's really, I think that there's bringing in either new contracts, new work, celebrations. This is also twin flame energy because of the Four of Wands and the Two of Cups. So I think that I'm hearing, don't be afraid to let yourself shine in relationships the same way that you shine on stages in front of other people related to things you feel comfortable with. Woof. That sounds like some South and North Node shit right there. But that's for somebody. I don't, that's for someone. I'm getting that there's this sort of bringing together, drawing in, like you're a passionate person as is, but I think passion without emotion is not, it's just a difficult energy. It's a difficult energy that it's not that it's not worth your time. It's that it's not worth, like it's unbecoming of you because you deserve so much more, right? You deserve so much more. Spirit, can you please clarify this Two of Cups, even though you kind of low-key did with the Two of Cups? Just help my Leo friends here understand this Two of Cups related to their fears and how they can really move through this in their highest good and for the good of others around them. Four of Cups. Again, Four of Cups. Four of Cups. There's definitely something to pay attention to here, my Leo friends. So I think that you feel bored. You feel bored with what you're doing because maybe there's too many options. Maybe there's too many options. This is stuck cups energy, right? This is stuck cups energy. So I think that there's a sense of emotional fulfillment that's been elusive to you, not because of things that you don't, that it's not because of you. I'm getting that it's almost like that's where this ice jam from that was in the Cancer reading, but there's like I'm getting this image of an ice jam setting free and just blasting forward, and you know that can be your energy as well. But I feel like there was something that happened that sort of made you question your judgment. It made you question your judgment, but you're gaining that sense of judgment back. Like that's other people are giving that to you this month. But the key is here that other people are giving it to you. Other people are giving it to you. So as much as you might be afraid of that, you really have to work with that energy. And you may be really defiant about it. You might be like, nope, F that. Nope, not happening. But what you're going to find is that you're going to just cycle. You're going to be on a wheel spinning. You're going to be spinning on a wheel because it's going to look like there are too many options, but you know which one you want. You know which one you want, but you're not giving it to yourself. You know what thing you want to do or have or be or do. I don't know if I said do or not, but you understand this, but you're just not giving it to yourself. And I think that you have so much potential, more stuck energy. Four of Pentacles. I feel like you're holding on tightly. You're playing your cards real close to your chest. And I don't know if you need to. I don't know if you need to. I mean, this could also be a card of knowing what to invest in and what not to invest in. But what I'm getting here is that you're feeling confused about what you want to do and what you want to invest in because of the fact that you haven't, it's not about certainty. You don't have to be sure of things. You don't have to be sure of things. You don't have to know exactly how it's all going to turn out. But I feel like that's been safer for you. It's been like the safer option to just hang on. Spirit, can you please give me just a bit more clarity on this fears and how my Leo friends can integrate these lessons to understand not just what they want, but how to move past any blocks related to fears and anxieties about really starting to let themselves feel shit again is what I'm hearing. and maybe feeling confident in yourself. I freaking felt this energy. I didn't say it, but I felt this energy so strongly. There was something that happened. There was something that happened that you really have to let go of. Like, you've really got to let go of it. You've got to let go of this. And I think that's showing up here to highlight all of that. You've got to let go of it. There's healing though. So you are letting go of it. You are letting go of it. And just this being the hiding thing, don't hide behind, you don't have to be the strong one is what I'm hearing. You don't have to be the strong one all the time, right? You do not. You really don't. I don't know who needs to hear that, but if you're feeling like you have to be the strong one, no, not at all. It's okay if you need to be in your Two of Cups and fall apart, because, if you don't do that, life will push you to fall apart in ways that you may not want, right? And that's not as a threat. It's just saying, when we don't take care of ourselves and we act like we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders, it really just leads to stuff like this, right? And what we really want is stuff like this. So don't be afraid to let yourself just fall apart this month. And you don't have to do it in a way that is like ruinous to your life or confidence. It's just, you don't have to do it that way. You can just set aside time to cry. Watch movies that help you cry. I'm an Aquarius sun and moon. I get it. I cry. I'm weepy and I have that side to me, but it's not necessarily the most comfortable energy to be in. So I understand, my dear Leo, also as a fixed sign, that's when you're set in your ways, you don't want to do something that hasn't worked before. So this is a call to do something that has not worked before, because I feel like I'm getting that you're sort of looking longingly at this moment of judgment, right? This moment of judgment, because it's almost like you're waiting for the tower to fall, and it already has. Like, there's nothing that's going to come to you or come for you or happen, but don't look longingly at this judgment, right? Don't look longingly at this this feeling of really making the decision to go forward, and making a decision about what is important to you and that you are important too, right? You don't have to carry everybody's stuff. Remember that time that I was doing a reading and the whole thing cut out? So what I was saying is essentially that it is in your best interest not to look at longingly who you want to be, and instead just step into that person, step into who you want to be, because you don't have to carry the weight of the world for everybody, my lovely Leos. Okay, so Spirit, can you please clarify the ways that my wonderful Leo friends here may be hiding in terms of the creative energy this month and the capacity for manifesting and bringing really great things in? There's something to be said for when Leos get their confidence knocked, and maybe that happened here. Maybe that's what the tower was. I'm just understanding, and I get the feeling that something happened, like you were really worried about something, and then that something happened related to emotions, and it just left you feeling really unsure of yourself, unsteady on your feet, I'm hearing. I feel like love does want to come in. This sense of connection does want to come in, be it connection to work or someone. 111 was just on the time there. So I think that this does want to come in, and where you hide is sort of perhaps your avoidance of this, throwing yourself into work so that you don't have to worry about it. But then this is where I think this I think this is connected to these two ways of manifesting, right? These two different ways of manifesting. This is the sort of one side of it, and then this is the kind of other side of it, right? You're making shit happen, 3D, 5D, right? Don't be afraid to let yourself manifest what this kind of connection is for you in 5D, because it will come. It will come. And it's just, you won't be as certain of it. And that's the certainty piece, right? I think that 3D manifesting is something that you see every day. You put in the work, you know what's going to happen, because there's a steadiness to it. There's a certain steadiness to the work and a predictability. But the Ace of Cups is anything but predictable, and that can be scary, right? Because we want that certainty, not just in terms of not being hurt, but how it's going to affect our life, right? When you love someone, and when you fall in love, it is a risky thing, because that is going to change you. And You know this, and it's sort of like, how is your life now? And how might someone change you? And if you've been hurt and you haven't really integrated those lessons, if you've been hurt and you haven't really integrated lessons from the past, it can really block the flow of emotions. So you may just find it easier to throw yourself into work. I get it. I've been there. I've, worked through that now, 10 of Swords. But I feel like there's a lot to be said because you're moving through this. So I feel like this is an ending of that. You're hiding out, but you're done. You're done with it. And I think that it is bringing in a sense of ultimate fulfillment. And I think this too is sort of the bridging between. So if we have like a bridge between manifesting and hard work, I think it can be manifested in the Nine of Cups, because this is sort of somebody who's looking back at all of the cups that they've brought in through work, right? The crossed arms is sort of that, to me, says it's a bit of a resolve, right? It's a resolve that we bring forward. And the Magician is the energy that drew the contents into the cups. And the Strength card is what helped to bring the cups together. So I think that you are integrating these lessons. You are definitely integrating these lessons. You are integrating them. That's what I'm getting. Can I just get one more clarifier, please, from my wonderful Leo friends here, Spirit? And I should also say, too, that I'm seeing a number of minor arcana cards here, which tells me that you are done with the way that the everyday has been failing you. You're done with like spilled cups mentality, right? And that can happen when we tend to operate with feeling as though the world is, we have to carry the world on our shoulders. The weight of the world is on us. It's all about us, right? We can get into this Five of Cups energy because we don't get to focus on the things that we really want to. And I get the feeling that you've really wanted to focus on this Cups energy, this love, this, connection with other people. But it may have just been easier to focus on, work because there's been a lot of things that you've carried with you, but you're putting them down, the tens, right? So that's what I'm seeing for you with this side of things. And I had a thought as well. There was, I think it was Gemini. So you could have Gemini placements, my dear Leos. You could have Gemini placements where this is featuring prominently for you. And I think, I think it was you, the 6th house that I'm hearing in terms of Virgo. So it could be, and this ties into the number of minor arcana here. It's sort of like an everyday thing that's happening, something that's happening in your everyday. I saw the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck, and I'm getting the impression that this is something that's going to, you're going to be aware of the way that you've been working with others, and that this has been happening in Taurus time. So this is where you're going to need to ground that. This is sort of the coming to fruition cards, right? This part, this placement and this placement. And I think that the coming to fruition, you're going to really realize how you want to move forward, what's most important to you. And the 2 minor arcana reflections of the Judgment card, one came out on the split, and then the other one came out. So the 6 of Cups is one of the minor arcana reflections of the Judgment card in terms of the past energy of it. And then the 9 of Cups, which is fulfillment, which came out here. So when I split the deck, there's the 6 of Cups, 555. So change, right? This is a change, but I think it's bringing in a sense of not just emotional fulfillment in terms of the 9 of Cups, but a sense of commitment. And the sense of commitment, so 10 of Cups, so emotional fulfillment, right? That's what you're giving to other people this month. I think that that's going to become accessible to you when you are forward movement and Queen of Wands and the Moon energy. So I think there is a sense of renewed commitment and forward movement. And I don't think that you're moving away from this in terms of being pissed. I think that you're moving away from this because you're just putting the burden down. It doesn't work for you anymore. It's not becoming of you. This is fire energy in its shadow, right? Feeling like you've got to carry everything and everyone. Nope, not true. Why? Because you end up with the short end of the emotional stick, and you're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. So step into this sort of, and it could be that the judgment that you're feeling is this certainty of what you want to do. And I'm getting some throat chakra energy that needs to be clarified. And it's sort of where I'm getting is this, where the heart blends with the throat. So that's for someone. But then the Hierophant energy here is this sort of, it's sort of a 3D teacher, right? Like your 3D pain is informing your ability to move forward. And it's sort of moving you back into a state of your passion, right? It's moving you back into a state of nurturing what's most important to you and passionate energy. And there could be some things that make you feel a little bit uncertain, but this is also moon energy. So this could be a call to really integrate this energy around the Libra full moon on the 16th, right? This could be more directional than indicating that something is hidden or is still elusive to you. Because I think that you do have this, the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords and the Magician together in the like how you're using your gifts and creative abilities relative to this vision of moving forward from heartbreak and moving towards emotional intimacy and emotional connection. I think that that's really, I think that you're clear. So there's not much that's hidden. I think that this is perhaps more a reminder that, it's more of a reminder that this is the, okay, Spirit, come on. I know. Okay. I said, Spirit, come on. And then all I heard was like, don't test me or rush me. So not like threatening, just laughingly. But I had a couple thoughts go through my head right there. And what I thought of was that you, Leo, are embodying this sun energy, right? So we have the sun here in terms of your highest vision, and then we also have the moon. And I think that this whole thing is bridge building to allow you to really see, to allow you to really see, and that's going to be your greatest skill and gift this month relative to your manifesting capacities. But I think that I feel like this is supposed to be a creative energy reading, and I think this may be related to your creative energy relative to love, and creating love, and not just love in terms of a relationship, but love for what you do, right? Like love for what you do. And I was thinking about Five of Swords when I said, like, you do this to yourself. And I feel like that's kind of what this energy is here. Like, you do this to yourself. So I am going to put this here. This is, others can help you because they're helping you to see your own patterns. And they're helping you to see that that's how you've been operating. So how you can help others this month and how you're channeling all of this in service, you know, your creative capacities and abilities in service to manifestations and things that are going to move you and others forward, creative projects or relationship or things like that. This is how you're showing up for others, is the Page of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So I think that you are healing this, and remember that you're helping others this month by being a mirror, I think. That's for someone. You're helping others by being a mirror. Now, you don't have to be a mirror, and that's not your job. But I think that you are going to be reflecting a sense of emotional fulfillment for others that they've wanted for themselves. Hermit came out, and I knew it would. I knew this. I knew when I was talking about the 6th house in the Ace of Swords energy and the Ace of Voices. So I think that this is your wisdom, and you're giving this back. So the way I look at this almost in this spread, so the Hermit is sitting here looking back at all of these things, and it's almost like this healing energy, the star that he's holding in the lantern is lighting the way for all of the journey, right? Like all of these things, he's holding the torch for your journey through all of this. So it's almost as though it may be good to use creative visualization this month. Shakti Gawain wrote a great book on that if you're looking for a tool. But looking back at all of the ways that, you know, creative visualization is about projecting forward. And I think it's about finding this place in time. 11:11 just came up on the time where you have this fulfillment, where you have this sense of emotional integration, and you're at peace with yourself. You're at peace with yourself. You don't feel as bored. You don't feel as emotionally bored. Like you have passion. There could be, you know, you could have had like lustful encounters with people and you wanted emotional fulfillment, like lustful encounters, right? You may have had these really passionate encounters that were more oriented towards sex, and you could have even blended that with career, but you could just be wanting this sense of fulfillment that has eluded you. And part of that is going to come from taking a step back from the assumption that you have to be everything to everyone. And this thinking about who you are going to become and who you want to be, and not just stepping into that energy, but visualizing that and how that's going to feel is going to be the light that guides you home. That's your lighthouse, right? 10 of Cups clarified by the Hermit. So this is very Six of Cups that came out already, 6th house energy. And because that's more related to Mercury, I think that there's going to be something about communicating these things to others eventually. Like once you integrate this, just being who you are, my lovely Leo, you can't help but be who you are, right? So being who you are will help you communicate these things to others. Yeah, the World came out, and the Star, and the Sun, and Ten of Pentacles. This tells me that there might be some minor conflicts, but nothing intense. I'm more focused on the fact that this is something that you're really like, you're moving through this beautifully. And I think that what this tells me is that there is the Ten of Pentacles. Woo, the Sun decided to, the World was like, and hid behind the Star here. So this tells me that there could be fixed signs coming in. So Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, or Aquarius. And the Aquarius showing up doubly so here tells me that this could relate to community work or your 11th house, Uranian lessons. This could be Aquarian energy as well. The Sun card coming out again. So 2 Sun coming out and 2 Strength cards coming out to clarify you. So this is you and your house, 5th house. So I think that once you step into this emotional wisdom that you're gaining from really releasing the thought that you have to be everything to everybody. Like when we work on things and we're good at it and we're passionate about it, other people can start to look to that as sort of a well of not just wisdom, but also energy. So there could be a need to protect yourself from energy vampires as you go through this here, and just energy drains that we impose on ourselves, right? We talk about cutting cords and clearing auras and all of that stuff. But one thing that I always integrate into those teachings for myself, and the way that I use that that clearing energy, I keep touching my third eye because I feel like there's like third eye messages, like there's something about that center that's going to be like inner knowing is going to be really important. The Ace of Swords and the King of Swords, inner knowing, Hermit, inner knowing. What was I saying? There's, clearing your aura and cutting cords is such a great defensive strategy, but what it does not do is factor in how you made that happen, right? How you knocked over the cups that you wanted filled, right? So what places in your energy allowed that kind of energetic drain or energy vampires to connect? You don't have to shout it from the rooftops and tell people. It's just about taking accountability and taking responsibility for your energy and how it's been used or misused and how you've been unaware. And it's usually an unconsciousness, and it's okay to let go of that, my friend. It's okay to let go of that, really and truly. So you may feel like you need to hang on to it to win stuff. Like that's your strategy. That's been your battle strategy. It wouldn't shock me if the Emperor came out here. But I think that you don't need for that to be your strategy right now. You don't, because all of these things are waiting for you on the other side of this lesson, right? Healing, joy, bliss, real, concrete, like I think about this in terms of like family stability, the relationship that you've always wanted, be that to your creative endeavors or romance and love altogether, right? It's this stuff. This is passion and cups informed by something that's stable. And who doesn't want stability? I know I do. Like I do. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my energy. And this is, if you've been feeling any energy like that, that's why I'm thinking about this here, is that, things were a waste of energy. 4 of Cups. Why bother? Right? I felt like that with other people, and I've had a lot of aha moments over the past couple of days about it. And if that's a place that you're at, my lovely Leo, it could be why, this is coming out now, is because I've been working through this energy, and I'm able to say, like, as a fixed sign, it's been hard because you get used to doing things one way, but there's so much bliss available to you on the other side of it, right? Maybe you've forgotten how to feel joy. Maybe you've kind of forgotten in a way what it feels like to be joyful, but it's really okay. Like you have that energy accessible to you now, and it's more available to you, and it's important. It's grounded. Remember I said at the beginning of this reading, this month is going to be really important about grounding, and it's going to be important for grounding your energy. I realize I talk quite fast. It's just the message is coming flying through in terms of channeling. So, yeah, but I think that you're going to need to ground your energy, Leo, a little bit. And I think that the grounding is going to come it's not that it's do this or else. I think that grounding your energy is going to magnetize this towards you. You know, are you going to be in strength kind of manifesting, or are you going to be in magician manifesting? Because magician manifesting knows it's going to happen, and there's no need to rush. That it's the one step at a time mentality. My guides, like, anyway, one of my spirit guides uses that song to kind of remind me to be patient. And when that song just popped into my head, all I heard was like, yo, and like this, like, you know, this announcing an arrival that he's here. So yeah, but anyways, being patient will draw these things to you. So Spirit, can I just get one more card for my wonderful Leo pals here? My beautiful Leo pals. 6 of Pentacles, balance. It's going to bring in a sense of balance. It's bringing in balance for you. And I think that that's, yeah. And you know this. You know. Do not disconnect from your intuition for anybody, right? It can be so easy to disconnect from that because this is sort of what helps us understand how to use the magician energy. And when we're in magician energy, right? Where I think that this kind of teaching, so the Hierophant kind of teacher, tells us when we're in our strength energy, right? So this is like 3D teacher, Hermit is 5D. That's something I got from another, reader on YouTube, Soulful Revolution. But I think that there's something to be said here for the way that you've been manifesting. When you manifest from a broken heart, you tend to go towards your strength, right? Because you trust yourself more than you trust the universe, and more than you trust wisdom to just come in. It's more than you trust things coming together in ways that you can't imagine, right? So it's what you're putting your trust in, what you're putting your faith in here, right? It's what you're putting your faith in. So I think that, and I think that with the Pentacles towards the end, it may be that there's something work-related that's coming together for you that is really going to highlight all of this for you. But the Pentacles energy too can just mean that you have a real sense of clarity, and it allows you to give freely, right? It allows you to give of yourself to others in a way that's balanced and that honors you and them. This can also be the Charity card, so it can represent sort of charitable giving. So it could be that you're, you have more time now that you're not so focused on being everything to everyone, that you can allow others to flourish and stand in their power too. The Sun, that you can allow others to stand in their power because you're not needing to do everything, right? And that's kind of a detriment to other people. So this is because this is how you're helping others this month. I really do get this message that how you're helping others is going through this and shining a light for yourself to really let go of this need to do and be all the things, as though that's like an indication of your value and worth. Because I think that there is something to be said for delegating, but not delegating so that it takes work away from you, but delegating so that you can let others be in their Leo, because you're setting the example, right? So that's quite beautiful. Spirit, can you just give me, this is the Miracles Now deck by Gabby Bernstein. Can you give me a message for my wonderful Leo friends here? Please and thank you, universe. I measure my success by how much fun I'm having. Well, if that's not a Leo card, I don't know what is. When's the last time you had fun, Leo? When's the last time you had fun? This particular Leo that I'm talking to. One more, please, Spirit. I love when Spirit brings all of this together. It's such a lighthearted message. My positive energy leaves a powerful impression on the world. Yeah. It does. And not in this trite way, but I'm getting more of this 6 of Pentacles way. The positive impression on the world is what you're giving others this month. And I think it's that you're giving others a chance to shine and stand in their own light when you do these things, when you embody this energy. And I think that that's what makes, that's the highest octave. When I thought be in your Venus, that was for, I'm hearing be in your Venus, but that was for another sign. So whichever sign that was, I think it was, I want to say Cancer. So it could be that you have Cancer in your chart, or that there is Cancerian energy speaking to you right now about that. All right, Spirit, can you please, and this is the Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection deck by Mike Dooley. Spirit, can you please give me some, just a couple messages to cap off this reading for my beautiful Leo friends? You'll find what you seek. Do you see the heart behind the find? I had this, I'm all about finding hearts. I had a finding hearts project, and I used to find hearts everywhere. And I found that the more I found them, the more I found them, if that makes any sense. But you'll find what you seek. So what are you looking for? 2222 just came up on the time. What are you looking for, Leo? Are you looking for the examples of how you're just going to have to do it all again? Are you looking for the ways, when you see a project or when you look at people in your life, do you see the ways that you're going to have to do everything again? Or are you looking for, what are you focusing on, right? Are you looking for opportunities to spread love and to be yourself? Or, you know, what would the opportunities, what would it look like if you didn't have to see a situation and immediately go to the places where you're going to have to be and do, and it's just going to have to be everything, right? What would happen if you were just free to be yourself and things unfolded from there? I'll read the back to you. I wasn't reading the back. I was staring, again, middle distance channeling. So if you've ever suddenly found and been loved by someone amazing, awesome, fun, and fantastic, chances are astronomical you will again. If you haven't yet found such a person, chances are astronomical you will. So this could be a process where you felt like you had to carry the weight in a relationship too, and you're really moving through that. And I do think it can be, I think that this is a little bit more oriented towards romance because of the Four of Wands, Two of Cups, Magician, and the Ace of Cups showing up as well as the Star and the Sun. A lot of major arcana here, tons of healing, 10 of Cups too. So, I mean, a lot of these cards are emotions. I don't see too many knights here, though. So I think that this is something that is going to bring in an understanding for you that will then facilitate offers of real love, like the Ace of Cups, right? So you'll find what you seek. So remember that when we're looking outwards, it's not that we're projecting ourselves outwards. It's not just about that and what we're projecting onto situations. It's also that we are visualizing when we look for things, when we look for the ways that we're going to have to be a certain thing or do a certain thing, and we don't give ourselves the pause, the time, when we don't give ourselves the time to be the magician and we just blast forward with the strength energy, you know, like there's something to be said for giving yourself that pause is what I'm hearing. All right, Spirit, can I please get one last message for my Leo friends here? Whoa, that's like 6 messages. Turn on your love light. Holy Hermit energy. Turn on your love light. I mean, that's actually really cute. I feel like that's like the universe saying, like, chin up, buttercup. Turn on your love light. I'm reading the back now. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me, the universe. What you focus on expands. But turn on your love light. I like that. That might just be the freaking title of this reading. Turn on your love light. Leo, Leo, Leo. You are so good at shining your light in ways that you do not understand. But you got to let the emotions flow and in, right? You got to let them flow. And I think that there's love on the table here. There is love, if not coming, perhaps already here, just in ways that you didn't recognize. That's your healing in the sun. So that's a beautiful message for you. So that was your April 2022 creative energy forecast. And I have plenty of other opportunities on this channel to interact with you in the interim between this reading and your next monthly reading. So please do check those out. And if you liked this reading, or if it resonated for you, please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps to connect my energy with yours to bring together a more poignant reading for you. And also, it just allows me to grow the channel, which helps me do what I love and helps bring more messages like this to you. So that is all. 2626. On that note, have a great month, and I will see you on the next videos. Take care, Leo.